So yeah, I know I'm live, guys. Instagram, Facebook, and what's the other one? Facebook and YouTube. I'm just trying out another test with a new camera on. I think my clarity is a little more better now. So just give me a second until I figure this out. Let me just change the background to that. Again, it's another test thing which I'm trying to do. Yeah, I look really good, man. But I think the back. Okay, cool. So that's good. So you can see me clear now. All good. Happy. You happy with the background? Or how I'm staying? You want me to come a little more front, straighter? Okay, so that's straight. So let me open my Instagram and let me get that also through. Okay, live on that. My Instagram looks not that good. Okay, let me whatever. Okay, so Instagram, I need to make some changes. Okay. So Facebook, YouTube, this is the first time I'm trying out an interview. It's done by TNC. That's what he calls himself as. So I'm just trying to do that. He's on Google Meet. So we are working on that. Let me go on Instagram now. Come on, Instagram. Come on, Instagram. Hi, Instagram. This is Deep Parshini here again. I think my hairstyle is completely messed up from the last show, which I had. So I'm having an interview with TNC. That's what he called himself. So I thought, why not come live and share with you people on this? So I'm doing on Google Meet the show. So feel free to be a part of the show, right? Go ahead, TNC, you can start. Whatever you say, people will hear. And yeah, that's how it happens. Oh, Rishi has come. Welcome. So there's more people coming in. Instagram, Facebook, it's an interview I'm doing on Google Meet. Oh, I should have mentioned Google Meet here. It's an interview which I'm doing on Google Meet. So once in a while, guys, I might just move to the other people just to tell them what I'm doing. Go ahead, start.
Hello everyone. Today we are with Big Sir, international positive influencer and international speaker. So we are going to interview with Big Sir. So many people said money is success. But the family, what is the comment on this?
So your question here is you're saying that money is success, and what about relationship? That's the question? Okay, so let's see from this point of view. For me, I don't have my life is all positive concept underneath. What I believe is that to have a very good, people are asking if they can join the Google Meet. You want to make other people join? No, okay. Guys, they want to keep it to themselves itself, right? Maybe if you want, you can arrange, you fly solo, you can arrange your Google Meet thing and you can always be a part of it, but you can hear them anyways at the end of the day. So back to the question again. The question what they asked me is like, is finance most of importance when you start comparing everything else? So let's make it very simple and easy to understand. At the end of the day, for me, what I understand is relationship is the most important thing. So first relationship, then education, then health, then finance, and then love. This is what I believe in, and how I do have this belief or how I came up with this concept. It's all about, see it from this way. When you're born, you don't have money, you don't have health. Parents take care of you. So generally from life, it's being told that first, family. Second thing, you come into when you go to your school. That's when education comes in. After that is when you go after 10th grader, 9th grade, you say, Mama, I know what to eat. What's most important for me? I will focus on that. And that's what I'm going to do, right? So your focus tends to move towards that. After that, only you get a job. And when you get that job, that is when your finance starts to come in. And after that is when your love, means you marry, then God, and all these things step into your life. And that's that balance. And when you have all these five in balance, only then you're truly successful. There are many people who have so much money, but no health, right? There are so many very rich people, no family. They have all the money, but no family, no life. So at the end of the day, positive living is when you have this balance and manage this balance in the best possible way so that it works onto your favor. People can say money is everything. No, money is just one part of that thing. If you understand that, most of the problem is solved out. Got it?
Yes, sir.
Go ahead. Shoot your questions.
How students can utilize their free time nowadays, Corona holidays, sir?
Yeah.
How they can utilize time learning new skills?
Okay, so you are on lockdown now, and there is a lot of free time which students have. What do you do about it? That's the question. Okay, so everyone in this world has free time. It's not only lockdown time. Every weekend was a free time. Every holidays was a free time. But right now you got a longer holiday. That's what happened, right? So see it from that point of view. If in the holidays, if you really think that you didn't utilize your holiday in the best possible way, even this lockdown, you're going to do the same thing. The point what you got to understand is that lockdown or all these plans is right now is the best opportunity for you to grow. Many students tell me that I have this plan, I have this dream, I want to do that, I want to do this. Now is the time to do all that. You have this passion, you have this dream, you have these goals. Now is the time to work on that. If you have a business idea, start working on it right now. And that is how you build up this dream which you want to be, right? But what people do, oh, lockdown, nothing I can do. I know when I go on LinkedIn, I find so many people, I got certified, I got this certification, I got that certification. There is so much of free time. Don't see it as free time, because what happens is that what you do in this 3 months or 4 months or 5 months lockdown period, and once the lockdown opens up, whoever has grown will have a bigger edge than anyone else. So what you have to see here is how are you growing? Am I improving from yesterday to today? Am I improving from last year to this year? So that is how it should be worked out, right? So self growth is the best thing. Get yourself trained, work on it in a much better perspective, and then slowly you will start building up. My YouTube video on YouTube is not clear. What happened there? Okay, forget it. Guys, I was just testing, guys, YouTube and Facebook and Instagram. I'm testing everything. So I don't want to get diverted. If it's not clear, sorry for that. I'll fix it up next time. Go ahead. Shoot. Next question.
Sir, we can learn number of things from you.
You can get number of? What was that question? TNC? There we go.
Sir.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. Sir, we can learn number of things from you.
Yeah.
Where did you learn this thing? And who is your inspiration?
Where did I learn this thing? Okay, so see, it's not about where did I learn. I just observed my life. I've just analyzed my whole life. So slowly, on a longer run, all these analysis made me think or do what I'm doing right now. Because there's a lot of challenges, a lot of experiences, a lot of work through. I always studied my life, right? Most people are so busy in other people's life that they don't have time to study about their life. So what I did was, instead of wasting time studying other people's life, I started studying my own life, right? So when you start studying your own life itself is the greatest motivation you have. Life experience itself is the great experience which you have. So if you start focusing on that, everything around your life is a teacher for you. Every bad experience is a teacher telling you what you're doing wrong. So if you correct that, your lessons get changed. You start to improve from that point of view. For me, my inspiration or my future or whatever I believe in, it's all about what people see me as, right? The people who ask me the questions, like you, TNC, you're asking me this question, that's my inspiration. So the people who ask me these questions are my inspiration because I can answer to their questions. Don't ask me one question as to how I'm answering all this. Remaining everything you can ask me. Right? So every other question, normally I tell people you can ask me any question between birth and death, anything about life. Let it be practical, let it be spiritual, let it be anything. Whatever is bothering you, ask. Meet me once, clear all your doubts, then don't meet me again. Because my job is to self motivate you so that you yourself don't need any other motivators or any other inspiration from outside. Right? That's what I believe in. Go ahead. I hope I've answered the question.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Sir, as you well graduated from USA and UK and MBA from India,
Yeah.
why did you choose the career in this art course?
Why did I choose this career?
Like this art course to bring the positivity in everyone.
So how I started this thing about life is all positive is I had a great job. I'm still working as a regional sales manager for Middle East and South Asia. That's the job which I do. And on a longer run, what I started happening is I was enjoying, the world was suffering. That's my thing which came into my head. And then slowly, what I did was, okay, how can I give back something to the community? So I went back to school, just meeting my teachers, and when my supervisor told me one statement, your generation was very good, today's generation is completely crap, right? So that is when first my light bulb clicked that I need to do something for the generation, because 100 days before or 100 days in the past, there was no issues, right? No issues means uh, people assume that past had a very great life. Now it's messed up life, right? All these adults think that their life was great. Today's generation is messed up life. I say, how is that possible? Everyone had a body, mind, and heart 100 years before. Everyone has a body, mind, and heart 100 years future also. This doesn't change. People can't adapt to the fast-moving environment, so they're blaming today's generation. So I said I need to do something for the generation, take the generation side to make them understand as to how this can all change. So what I started doing was I started thought something for generation. So I started writing articles on Facebook. So I started writing articles on Facebook. I said, okay, let me run a couple of ads so that my voice will be reached to a certain people. So then kids started messaging me, right? Students or teenagers and youth started messaging me. It was various messages. A kid wanted suicide. Some kids had a breakup, don't know how to get out of it. All these issues, depression, which I think doesn't exist, and all this started building up with time. So I said, but somehow talking to them late night, I used to sit chat with two kids parallelly. One probably will be a breakup, one will be a suicide, one will be mother father fighting and don't know what to do with it. So I started helping them. Somehow I came to know whatever I tell them is giving them the solution at the end of the day. So like that, these kids wanted to meet me. So whenever I travel for my work, I ask them, would you like to, come to my meet me? So slowly, I started to meet small groups. So first, what I did in Mumbai, right, in Taj Hotel, in one corner, that's first one guy came, then one girl came, then a group of kids, CA students came, and that's how I started meeting, and slowly, my uncle came to know, and then he wanted to do in colleges, and then slowly moved to colleges. Then we started a WhatsApp group, which almost around now 12,000. For now, almost we're touching 13,000 people. We are working on that in the mission of spreading positivity. And then, TNC came to know, and I'm standing in front of you and doing this talk. Right? I do all my sessions free of charge. I do all my sessions for giving back to the community, and that's my objective. And I'm never ever going to charge any money for what I'm doing. That's a promise I've given to the world. 10 years, 20 years afterwards, you ask me for a session, it will be done free of charge.
Yes, sir.
Right? So, yeah, I hope I've answered that question.
Yes, sir. Sir, how do we avoid negativity?
How do we avoid negative thinking? So, let's see it from this point of view. We all think, right? We can only think what we already know. How we know what we already know? Through our five senses. Whatever you learn is from your five senses, right? Eyes, nose, ears, mouth, touch, taste, and touch. You only learn from that. If you do make that positive, you'll start thinking positive. For example, you're watching TV, you're seeing a killing scene. Would you see that scene or would you change the channel? 90% would see the scene, I would change the channel. If you see a girl being raped in a TV serial, or a big chase of a group of guys to a girl, I change the channel. When I see a murder on TV, news, or death, or bomb, or person who's badly hurt, I change the channel. but people don't change the channel. People want to see it more and more and more. Why do people want to see it more and more and more? Because they feel good that their life is better than the other people who's dying there. Right? So they feel good. Oh, their life is so messed up. Mine is at least better. Thank God. But what happens is that people get entertainment from negativity. So you promote more negativity to feel good about it. But what you don't understand is you're putting trash into your system. You watch a lot of horror movies, automatically you're going to build up fear within your system. So would you watch horror movies? I would say not to watch, but people say, no, I want the thrill of it. Go ahead, have the thrill. When fear comes, I will ask you, what happened to the horror movies which you saw, which you gave you thrill? From where this fear came from? Right? So expose yourself to so much positive thing. What I normally tell people is stand guard on your doors of the five senses, that you don't leave anything negative to get into your head. If you start guarding that, automatically you'll start thinking, because mind can't think anything new. Can you talk about the what is happening in Africa in the agriculture department? You can't think about it. You will only think Africa, you will think agriculture, which is happening in India, what is the news, and you're going to make up a concept. But you can never think of something which is completely new. So if you make it at all positive, you're forced to think positive. I don't have TV channel in my home. I don't have cable TV. I filter what I want to listen. So if I want to listen to something, I see no ads, no nothing, just the content which I'm looking for. Correct?
Yes, sir.
Go ahead.
Sir, how to focus on studies?
How to focus on studies, you should know why you're studying. When you know why you're studying, automatically focus will come. For example, are you not focused to eat your lunch on time when you're hungry?
No, sir.
No, when you're hungry, when your food is there and the smell is coming and you're really hungry, do you think about anything else? Directly you go and eat food, no? With no confusion?
Yes, sir.
Same thing. If you're hungry for your studies, as to why you're studying, what's my objective behind the studies, automatically the positivity will start coming. Right? So you will start coming. So I always tell people, if you know why you're doing what you're doing, automatically your motivation will come. So if you're hungry enough for studies, automatically your concentration will start coming. Always remember something, you always concentrate on things what is most important for you. If you do that, concentration automatically comes. People who says concentration not there is a made up concept. Everyone has concentration 100%. If you say you don't have concentration, it is a mental issue. Doubt clear on that?
Sir, so many people compare themselves with other people.
Yeah.
And the thing is, we cannot compare the sun and we can compare the moon.
Good.
The moon itself has its own characteristics and the sun itself has its own characteristics. But people compare with them.
Yeah.
Why do they have to?
People like to compare because it is different things, right? So sun looks different, moon looks different. So the question you're asking me is that there is sun which is powerful on its own, there is moon that is powerful on its own. People like to compare. Why do they compare? Right? Because they have free time. When you have nothing to do, people will find faults. Hey, today what do I find? Today sun is too bright. Yeah, too much sun today. Right? After some time, today no rain. Yeah, oh, no rain. When rain is going to come? When rain comes, they will say, oh, why too much rain today? Right? They have nothing to do in life. So when you have a lot of free time, they'll start comparing, enjoying that comparison, spending time, have a gossip, then call some people, hey, today sun is very bright. And they say, oh, tomorrow, oh, my rain is too much. Free time, they start comparing. They are interested in other people's news rather than their news. When they're interested in their news, automatically they will not grow, the other people will grow. So sun is going to go brighter and brighter and you will go duller and duller with time. Whatever you focus on will grow. So make sure it is not the sun or the moon, it is you yourself. So if you start seeing from that point of view, everything will be figured out. Answered? So Facebook, Instagram, YouTube. I'm doing a Google Meet show with TNC motivation, right? So that's what I'm doing right now. So feel free. Oh, what happened to their call? It's gone. You guys are there? TNC motivation left. Okay.
He has a network problem.
Network problem, no issues. So ask me any questions. Doesn't mean that you have to wait for him to come back. If you have any questions, feel free to ask me. Ask me anything and everything.
Start a work with
Sorry?
if you start a work with a good and a good path, every friend is to say that you cannot do that.
Yeah.
We think that it is a good way
Yeah.
and a good path, and it doesn't end up in a good way. We think yes.
Okay, so your question is that you are going and doing something good, but your friends are saying you are not doing it right. What do we do?
Yeah, it's the wrong way, and if we done it and it goes in the wrong way, so what do we do next?
So you're going in the your friends told is the wrong way, and you are going to the wrong way only.
No,
You're
I
going.
think it was a good way.
Yeah.
I think it was a good day, good path, but it was a wrong. What to do?
So what you have to do is that you have to learn from that experience, right? So somewhere around your friends triggered you initially and told you that you're going in the wrong way. When they warned you, you never investigated that again. So because you didn't investigate that, now you have this experience that your friends have told you something wrong in the correct thing and you didn't listen that time. So what life is teaching you there, when friends tell me something, I need to investigate it once in a while. Is there some truth in it? So when everyone tells you something, listen, analyze, observe, see if it is practical, see if there is truth. Because sometimes some people will be sent by God or universe to correct you. So once you start focusing on that, you correct yourself. So you don't need to face the trouble later. But if you think that I know everything is good, I know everything is right, I know everything has to be fixed, then what happens? For example, one great guy on Instagram told me my YouTube is not clear. So now I have this head in my head. I can always think what I did everything correctly. What the heck? I can think from that point. But he has told me that I'm going to analyze. Why did he say YouTube? I'm looking, is everything is clear. So there's something wrong in my system. Next time I need to work to correct that out. Everything looks very clear in all what I'm doing, but YouTube is not clear. Now, why YouTube is not clear? I need to investigate, observe, and learn. And then obviously after some time my YouTube will be better. So everything is perfect. So whatever feedback you have, take it in. But if it's negative, reject. If it is positive, take it in. If it is, genuine feedback, take it in. But anyone tells you negative feedback, you have to think once. Is there something wrong which I'm not understanding or seeing, which this person is seeing? And that's how you make that difference. Doubt clear? Okay, go ahead. No issues. There is so much going on today. Yeah. When? I? What?
When you work hard, if you got some stress, how to avoid this stress?
First of all, you are saying that when you work hard, you tend to build up stress. What to do about it, right? First of all, you are working hard. That is why you're building up stress. If you love what you're doing, why do you have to think it as hard work? You're loving what you're doing. For example, look at me. I came today morning, did a 2-hour talk. After that, I spent time, I was watching a movie with my wife, continuously talking with her also. After I come on live, doing this show with you. It is hard work, but I love doing it. So it is no more hard. When you do things what you hate, only then it becomes stressful. When you do what you love, where there is stress. You get the point? So stress is when you do hard work on things what you don't love. When you start doing things what you love, it is no more hard work. Right? For example, for example, you like chocolate?
Yes, sir.
You like chocolate? So chocolate, no, forget chocolate. Chocolate is not that positive. You like mangoes?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So I give you one bucket of mangoes one fine day when you're really hungry. It is hard work to remove all the mangoes and eat. right? But you will eat it because you enjoy the flavor, you're enjoying the taste of each mangoes. So that time it is no more hard work. But same time, I give you a bucket of apple. Oh yeah, apple taste is not that good, right? So that is big hard work. Oh, who's going to peel this mango or apple? Apple peeling is not happening. It has a top stem also. I got to remove that also. Inside there's two small seeds. I remove that. Everything becomes stress. So stress is like a choice. When mango you like comes in front of you, it is not stressful. But same fruit is moved into an apple, it has become too much stress because you don't love the apple. Doubt clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Go ahead.
Education should be free in India. Education.
See, education should be free in India. Now, I don't normally specifically talk about a country, right? Because country is just bounded by a line, right? I would just talk about should education be free. The point here is that it is not if education should be free or not. At the end of the day, are you a good student? That is the question each and every person should ask. If you are a good student, education is always free for you. If you are a good student, right? If you are a good student, education is always free for you. But the point here is, are you a good student? Because if you, now for example, athletes, if you're a very good athlete, the coach will pick you. If you really work hard, same thing applies to education also. If you are the right student, the right teacher will come to you. But are you the right student? Are you worth for free education? So now I'm doing my sessions, I'm giving education for free based on caution of positivity. How come you only thought of interviewing me? Because you want to learn more about it and you got it for free and you're getting all my sessions for free. So how come you say that education should be free? There are certain people who's working hard for it. I tell a lot of people, they said, oh, today's education is too much, too expensive. You have money to buy books, go and buy the syllabus books, go and start reading it, go on YouTube, which is also free. Every YouTube video is a teaching lesson. Where you have to pay in YouTube? There are many people who's giving free training, free courses. Education is already free. But what is expensive or what is chargeable is a certificate which you get after that education, which just leads you into an interview. After that, that certificate also has no value. For that, you have to pay. Because there is a system which is making you what you truly are. So we should not fight in the battle of should education be free or not. Your battle should be, when can I be a good student? What is the objective for me to be a good student? If you're a good student, education will automatically come free to you. But are you that student? Some corporates do free training. If the student is good, they pay for the bachelor's, they pay for the MBA, they pay for all that training. Why? And you're saying education is not free? What is scholarship? Scholarship is free education. So how you are saying education is not free? Are you worth for the scholarship? If you're worth for the scholarship, sorry? Based on talent. So what has to happen is that for some people, it's only when you pay, you know the value of it. For that, you have to charge. Right? People tell me you're doing the biggest mistake of what I'm doing free of charge, because most people won't most people won't respect me because I'm doing this free. Most people won't give a damn because I'm doing free. For me, I told it doesn't matter. I don't want to make a big audience. I just want that 20-30 people who's listening to me every day. If I can improve that 20 people, that 20 people's family improves, and that 20 people's family improves, and they get married to some other family, technically 10 to 15 people improves. I only want to share positive to them only. Many people tell me charge for it, then only your sessions will have value. Only if people pay for it, only they'll come for my show. I'm not after the money. I'm after the people who want my free education. Now, funniest thing is I'm doing all these free sessions. Who's calling me? Very limited people is calling me. They know it's free. So that is the beauty of life. People don't want free education also. When we give free education also, people will say, this guy is doing because there is some background plan he has, some product to sell. I'm never going to have a product to sell, right? So I hope I've clearly answered that question on free education.
The last question.
Yeah.
Steve Jobs doesn't study anything, sir. He don't know how to write code also.
Yeah.
But he had built an Apple.
Yeah.
How could it happen?
See, this is the other problem, right? People tend to relate success to a certain set of achievements. Steve Jobs didn't, I don't know his education, what you've done. You're saying that he didn't do what he's supposed to do and still made an empire. The point is, again, maybe he took a lot of free education around, which you have no idea about. For example, I did all my education in commerce. I'm doing an engineer's job. How is it possible? Because we took a lot of free education, which you are looking for, which you think is not free. If you go and work free of charge under anyone, they will teach you whatever you want to learn from. So the point here is that don't think that Steve Jobs didn't learn anything. Don't think that Steve Jobs is dropout. He was learning something which is most important for his growth, and that is what he did. Steve Jobs didn't just sit and make this building empire. He was learning, he was growing, he was personally growing, he was making those changes, he was making those tough changes. He was kicked out of Apple, then came back to Apple, proving Apple that he's the most important person. So when he got kicked out, you think he was just sitting there doing nothing? I'm kicked out, kicked out, kicked out. Most kids, when they don't get the first interview, they will sit and say, oh, my future is gone. These organizations is never going to give me a job. So when they kick you, get ready to go up. And that's how you got to work it out. Right? So don't say Steve Jobs didn't do anything and did all this. He did a lot of hard work. Day and night, he was just thinking and thinking and thinking to get to that Apple, which you all people are using right now. So education is not only from books. Education is also from experience. So there is two ways. For example, I don't know if it's in the army or it is the aero industry. There are two ways to go up the career path. One, you can write exams, you pass, you go up, 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 up. One, based on your working experience, as you pass a certain years, you go up, 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 up. So both way you can rise up, not education. Maybe he did the other practical aspects which he needed. Like what I did, I worked as a technician overtime without any pay. I worked as customer support. I worked as a cleaner. I worked in stores. I worked in all this field when I had my job as a storekeeper. Why? For me, I have to learn the thing. So I was having a lot. What I was doing, I was helping people and self-learning. People were sitting relaxed, but they didn't know that I was learning for free under them. Right? And that's how you build it. That clear?
Yes, sir.
Any more questions? Or my job is done?
Sir.
Yeah.
How to differentiate between feedbacks given by anyone?
Feedbacks given by people. So first thing, there are three types of feedback which people give you. One is a genuine feedback. Okay. This genuine feedback can come in two ways. One is through a negative genuine feedback. One is a positive feedback. So that is point number one. Second thing are people who give you a feedback because they want to bring you down. Right? They want to hit you down. So that is the reason they give you that feedback. So you feel bad and you feel demotivated and they do. Third, people have nothing to do. They have no idea. They will just give feedback for the sake of giving a feedback. Right? So you understood this three people. So first person you got to understand, is it a genuine feedback? Generally, your teachers, your people who are in the similar field would normally give you a genuine feedback. So genuine feedback, you have to take it in and make changes and analyze if you're changing with that feedback or not. Because if you're not changing, it is not a genuine feedback. Some feedback could be a negative feedback, which means, hey, yaar, why you didn't pass today? I had so much expectation from you, and you destroyed that feeling. So that is a negative feedback. It might hurt you, but then it is for a positive reason why they're saying it. Take that also. Third person is trying to beat you down. Don't even bother to listen to them. And sorry, second person, right? They want to beat you down. Hey, they want to demotivate you. Oh, you're good for nothing, you're good for nothing, you're good for nothing, you're good for nothing. The third type of people, they'll be always there in this world, who have nothing to do. Hey, today whose feedback I will give? Hey, yeah, today you're not looking good. He will come and call you. Or uncles, and I call them uncles and aunties of the world. They have a lot of free time. Today, kisko pakadna hai? Who will I catch today? Today, isko pakada. Yeah, what happened to your 1 mark? Where did you lose? Why you didn't study? I've been telling you to study for this time, and all these things will start to happen. So ignore them also. Got it? Next. Anyone else? My job is done. That's it. No more questions? Then my job is done. If you have questions, feel free to ask me. You can ask me anything between birth and death. Talk to me, clear all your doubts, then don't talk to me again. That's a joke I always tell people, right? So make sure anything personal, anything whatever. See, I've talked to ages from 5th grade students to 60-year-old group of ladies. So that's the age group I've talked to. I've talked to HODs, I've talked to principals on the organization, on the companies, I've talked to corporates. So you can ask me literally anything and everything what you want to. But it is your call. You will only ask me questions what I can answer. That I know. So it is your call what you want to ask me or not, right? That's it. My job is done.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
Okay, all good. It was a pleasure. All thanks to God. So I hope you have learned a lot. So what I tell people is that at the end of the day, whatever you have learned, make sure you share it to the world in your name. It doesn't matter my name or your name, right? So if you have learned something, you can use my name and share it. Or what today you 4 or 5 guys, right? Altogether, how many guys? 4 or 5 guys. So whatever you have learned, share it to the world. Let the people know about positive. That's my objective. Because at the end of the day, life is very simple, but we make it complicated unnecessarily. So I want to tell people how to live like a baby for the rest of their life. That's my plan. That's my target. I want to show people how you're born as a baby, you can live and die as a baby. Because you talked about stress, TNC, right? You talked about stress. See it from this point of view. As a baby, you don't have any stress, right? Why can't you live like that only? That's the question I ask people. God has created you as a baby only. God didn't create you as a stressful person or a frustrated person or a depressed person. God has created you as a baby. So live like that baby and die like that baby. That should be your focus on. Got it?
Yes, sir.
I hope it was worthwhile. I hope this interview really helped you guys out. I hope I've answered the question in the best possible way. So yeah, anything else you want to tell, or we just disconnect?
Okay, sir.
Nothing else? Anyone else have any questions? See, ask. Don't miss this opportunity. TNC have decided to bring you all guys together. It is your. I can go on talking until the questions come. For me, time is not the material, but for me, time is. If I talk to someone, I need to clear all their doubts, which is bothering them about their past, about spirituality, about anything and everything about life, right? So that you won't get dependent on any other. My job is to self-motivate you. After this, you should be going and looking at me or any other motivation speaker, right? Sometimes I feel I'm the direct challenge to motivation speakers around, right? Because my objective is to get you self-motivated. And once you're self-motivated, you don't need me or anyone else in this world. Got it? Anything else? Or my job is done? You're blanked out. When people are blanked out, I know my questions are done then. Okay? Pleasure? Janaganamana? Okay. Perfect. Thank you.
Stay home, stay safe, sir.
Sorry?
Stay home, stay safe.
Yeah, it's all good. See, at the end of the day, most of the people tend to think that coronavirus is a bad experience. It's a bad thing at the end of the day. Don't see it from that point. This is the best time to grow. This is the best time to improve. Find ways to get yourself trained so that once the coronavirus lockdown is out, you have a big list of things to say what I've done. If you said that I've time passed in my whole life, then forget it. There's no future there. You're missing it completely. Got it?
Sir,
Okay then. Tata, bye bye,
sir,
and
bye, sir.
bye.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah, all thanks to God. So that's it, guys. Instagram, Facebook, YouTube. This is the first time I'm multi streaming for the first time. So I think that is done. Oops. Let me just shut it down. Okay, so that thing is done. So I think I'll spend some time on Instagram. There is so many people who I talk to. Sanjoti is here, Neeru's here, Kanishka is here. So that's really great. Yeah, Shika, thanks a lot for all this. I hope you've learned a lot. Thank you guys. I know most of you people are asking me to come online. I'm shortly coming online. As you know, I've been working on to get all this multiple streaming going on. Right now, I think I'm live on Facebook, on Instagram, and on YouTube together. So this is a thing which I was trying out for a long time. See, the thing is, I don't have anyone in my team, right? I need to do it all on my own. So I need to work out a lot of stuff of how I can this all thing work together. I have no idea what's happening on the background because now background I need to make a new background where the background is always different because now right now my screen sharing is being done here, so I can't see the chats and the chats which is going on down there. So I'm still trying to figure out stuff. Shortly I will come back, so just give me some time and I'll be there. Okay, hi Sneha, thanks a lot. You were there for today morning. Today morning also I had a show. For those people who don't know, it was a show for Gothic College. They've done a third session with me. They want to do it, so shortly I will be. Sir, can you discuss your occupancy? What does occupancy mean? Guys, don't ask me this complicated word. What I work? Is that what's my job? That's my occupancy you're talking about? Yeah, I think so, right? Adi, you're asking me that. I think occupancy means work, right? I'm very bad at English. Right? Because I don't put unnecessary complicated words into my head. So yeah. So hi Priyadashini, hi Shushma. It's just an interview which I did, so that's the reason I'm here. I'm signing out right now. Occupancy, I work as a regional sales manager for Middle East and South Asia, right? So you can just ask me what do I do. Sir, we are waiting for your next live. Yes, it's coming. Most probably July, I'll be all set to go. I've been testing a lot of things, so now I'm confident I can come together on YouTube and Instagram. So my next target is to put my background directly onto the TV, right? So that's my next plan. I need to figure that out so that my laptop gets free and my laptop I can reply to those chats and all, right? Yeah, July, there's another 6-7 days to go. I'm just strategically planning it so that it's much more better for everyone. So my plan is to do a couple of shows, one show exclusively. It's just 4-5 days, guys. Everyone is feeling bad about it. So my plan is to have one day purely on Instagram, maybe another day on YouTube and Facebook together, but Instagram will be on. One day to do a Call Me Deek show. So I'm going to be live on Instagram and on Facebook, and we're going to do a live calling session where I'm going to call 4-5 people. And then one day, basically, most of the people have asked to do a topic related. So I'm going to talk to you people of which topics you want me to talk about. And yeah, and that's what I do. If you still want to communicate with me, I'm always there on WhatsApp. And if you want to call me, people just now directly, I call to 2 people. They just call me, so I want to talk to you. I say, okay, fine, let's talk. Right? So you can call me also. I'm going to call you also. It doesn't make any difference. At the end of the day, my objective is spread positivity. Right? So I just took a break to figure out everything. I'm reorganizing my whole room also. You'll see some stickers on top also. So I'm just reorganizing this whole thing right now. So I'm still working on it. There's a lot of network. Yeah, my birthday is also coming on 24th of July. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, and that's also coming. Maybe July 24th will be a big change. Oh yeah, Christ King. Yes. Saurav, yeah, that session is happening. When is it happening? On 5th of July, right? So there's going to be another live session by Christ King College. I think it's on 5th. So there are sessions. Nisha asked a very quick question to me. I can't concentrate on studies. I forget everything so fastly. Do you forget your name, your birthday, your mother's name, your father's name? You don't forget any of these things. Why? Because it's important for you. Studies is not important because it works against you, right? Because you're not. It's not that important for you. Yeah, July 5th. So July 5th, I'm having a big. I don't know how many kids are going to be there. These guys are doing streaming it on YouTube. These guys are streaming it on that. They are targeting around 500 students. I'll do it on. We plan to do it on Zoom. I don't know. There's a lot of things these guys are. Saurav is doing. He's behind that on that big show which they're planning out. And yeah, that'll work out. Girlfriend before career, after career, be someone first, then go after someone, right? That's the best way to do. Yeah. So DPK is asking, I'm a civil engineer. I don't have a job. Advise me, go and work free on any civil engineer stuff. When is my Q&A session? By July, I will have a better idea. Yeah, meetup. Yes, we are going to have. Sorry, Saurabh. Yeah, we're going to have a Google meetup, and I'm just going to be there live on that, right? Yeah. So let me see. I was just testing out something. Let me see how's my chatting's going on. Oh, there's a lot of messages on my YouTube and my Facebook. Oh, that is cool. Anyways, I'll figure it out tomorrow. How to bring my screen all in one shot. I'm still trying to figuring out. Yeah. So guys, Facebook, YouTube, thanks a lot for signing up over here. I didn't reply to your message. It's all coming on my laptop, but my laptop screen is shared on my screen. So everything is complete mess here. I just have to. What about the links of Google Meet? I don't know how, it's just their group, right? But I'll be available again, same like Instagram and YouTube, and you can have a look at it. I've asked my question more than 20 times. What's that question? This is the question. If money comes in between success, what to do? Comes in between success, what to do? Pick success so that with that success, you can get money later. Right? If money comes in between of the success, what do you do? I think money comes in between success. Take the money if you want to take it, if you can take it, but it's coming in between your success, and keep the money aside, get that success and get it. What do you do? I'm just relaxing. No, nothing like that. I'm just trying to work out these sessions and have a very clear understanding, because what has happened is initially I thought of coming daily, right? I was coming, initially I was thinking of coming daily. Then slowly I went for 2 days. But then what has happened is that technically I'm spending 4 to 5 hours on a day talking to people and all that, right? So, so what I need to do is that, so that's how I started working on that and have a very good schedule that everyone is beneficial. So I'm going to come back in the next few days to ask a feedback as what is a good time. Okay, quickly, since everyone is online, let me quickly ask you, what is a good time for me to come online with things are changing? We'll still stick back to the old time, right? If yes, then, I'll just stick back to the old time. I'm just going to do 1 hour or 1.5 hours or 2 hours so that, sorry, question has asked me to show play. Okay, so yeah, so I'll start doing that. Nisha is asking, can an overthinker be happiest person? No, overthinker can never be happy ever in their life. Right? So anyway, so 5 p.m. So I'll work at evening same time. So I think I'll stick to the same time. I'm going to move this show and strive working around. Old time was awesome. So fine. So I'll work on the old time and start working on it and see how it all works. So I'll keep it around 5 to 6, right? So that it benefits everyone. I get a lot of feedback, 5 to 6, that's the best time to be. So I'm going to work on that time and work it on, but just give me another couple of days and I'll have a very good plan and I'm going to share it on my stories and give me your feedback, so that it helps me to design it much more better, right? So what I'm going to do is that I think I've figured out most of my systems, but someone has told me my YouTube is not clear. Now I got to go and find out why my YouTube is not clear and Facebook is very clear. So I need to figure that out. Slowly I will get there. And yeah, so thank you everyone. Yeah, so and if you think you're missing something, make sure you turn on the post notification. That's very important to not to miss any of my Instagram stuff, right? If you're interested, do it. If you're not interested, I'm okay with it. So make sure you do that and work it on from that. Abhishek is asking me a question. Yes, graceful vibe. Yes, phone call is still on my plan. I'm even trying to do a Google Meetup, which I can stream everywhere also, right? So I'm going to do that. Maybe I'll select a couple of 2 or 3 people to do a one-on-one conversation live face-to-face, how to do it. And yeah, how to reduce sleep. If you need sleep, sleep. If you don't need sleep, only cut it down. If you can perform very good sleep, some, like, who was that basketball player? No, someone was there who sleeps 4-5 times in a day because he needs to really work out, rest. So see from that point of view. How to solve overthinking, get busy, or get answers to things what you're thinking for. I think most of that things will be figured out, right? Guys, thank you everyone. Thank you everyone for being a part of this. Because of your words and sentences you speak here, I write few lines in paper, try to do that every day. Good. All thanks to God for that. So I hope that has changed your life, Nisha. And it starts, helping you in the positive sense, right? How can we learn to make a balance between homework and career and personal life? Oh, that is 3 big things. Now, when you say personal life, how I would say is that how I would say is Zoom is better. Okay, fine. I'll work out in Zoom. So I would say that from Helen Priyanka is that when you say personal life, homework and career is also part of your personal life at the end of the day. It's when you differentiate this homework and differentiate this career, that is when this personal life starts really bothering you. For me, what's my personal life? Positivity. Life is all positive. My parents, my family, my son, my wife, you people who I talk to. For me, everything is my personal life because my life, right? Don't see homework, don't see career different from your life. That is when you differentiate this personal life and career life and homework life, looking for all this balance. You are what you are. Learn to figure it out from that point of view. When you start seeing from that point of view, the whole concept of personal life begins to. Personal life means love life. Now, then what is homework? Homework is okay. So see, the thing is, if it's really true, genuine love, which I know you are going through, you have to see it and talk to that person openly that this is what I'm doing, this is what my future is. So obviously that love will balance it automatically for you. Love is one thing. Don't see your love life or that lover as separate. Here I'm talking about lover is the person who you're going to get married to, not this initial girlfriend, boyfriend, that I'm not talking about that. So if that is that love who you're going to get married to or who your husband is going to be, then have an open conversation and reduce that expectation of love so you can focus. And once you have free time, give all the time for the love. So once you have this weekend, once you have this lockdown time, give all that time for the loved one so that you balance it at the end of the day. Right? That's it, guys. I think I'm done. How to forget loved ones and fear, start ignoring. Stop loving that person and move on at the end of the day, because why do you love someone who's ignoring you, right? Astrology. I talked a lot about astrology in the previous session. Guys, that's it, right? So I'll come back again because I'm just doing my justification on both sides of things. Facebook, YouTube, thanks a lot. I know I'm giving a lot of attention on Instagram because there's 30 to 50 people over here. So that's why I messaged you so many times to ask, not understanding what to ask. Come daily. I am messed up. I have many things to ask. Okay. So anyways, you're trying your. Why don't you WhatsApp me, Nisha, and you ask all these many things so that you don't have to wait all this while. All right. Please tell me how to forget him. First, you got to forgive him so that you can forget him. You can't forget people. Always remember this. People tend to think that you can forget your past. No one can forget your past. You can accept your past and move on with your past by forgiving the person and the situation. He has come into your life to teach you something. You focus on that, the teaching, you'll automatically forget from that, right? Deek says how to recover depression in backward areas like Ladakh. I really don't know who you're talking about. Is it about you or a general perspective of Ladakh, which you're talking about? 09715629964446. Okay. Don't just message me for the sake of it. If you're genuinely in a serious problem, then feel free to message me. That's that number. Okay. Perfect. Thank you, everyone. For sure. I'm asking you a question, not a joke. What's this question? Astrology is true. Guys, I've talked about astrology, but the thing is that it depends. Right? It depends on who's taking care of your astrology. It depends on the person who's giving your astrology. But the funniest part is always astrology is 50% true, 50% false. Take astrology as something live, see it from that point of view. So that way it's much more. See, I don't want to talk about whole about astrology. It'll take around 10-15 minutes about it. If you go back into my live shows, I've talked so many times about astrology, right? Yeah, I think Venkat only asked me about astrology a long time ago, right? So that's the reason. I know your question is important. Simple thing about astrology, see it from this point of view. You have astrology normally happens, what they tend to believe is that it is based on your birth, right? You're born on a certain day, because of that stars apply in a certain way, and that is why it starts working onto you. But my question is, if you start working and changing your life into a positive sense, will the past actually affect you? No. If your astrology says that you're going to die at the age of 18, you go and help or save 18 people every year after your birth, technically God or universe won't kill you. It'll keep you alive for another 18 years because saved another. The other thing about astrology is that what if is the bad time of the astrologer? Astrologer also can have a bad time. He can give you wrong advice also when he has bad time. So make sure you just take astrology as a guideline. Don't take it as truth, because astrology can be changed by your karmas or by the actions which you take. So see it from that point of view. Right? How can you overcome fatigue after 5 online classes of 1 hour each, mostly non-responsive kids? Just keep doing your stuff. It's not easy for it's not easy to figure out these kids when you're online. The thing is, get more interactive or more physical things, like get a doll or whatever it is to make them more interactive, but take it easy. Everyone is getting used to the online world, so it'll take some time. Madhusi is asking, you don't get angry? I have seen your videos recently. You're always cool. I do get angry once in a while. That's a part of human thing. Everyone gets angry. If you hit the most softest corner of any person, he'll get angry. But I keep anger for maximum 5 minutes. But some people keep angry for days and days and months and years. And the point is that anger will come when someone does something very close to, when someone does something stupid to my, not stupid, something very hurtful to my child. Obviously I get angry. As a father's emotion, I'll get angry. But then I want to say why I got angry. Is it my son's mistake? Is it my whose fault it is? Get to know the truth. At that time your anger will subside, right? It's not that no one in the world is angry free. I'll tell you that. If you go and hit the most softest corner, if you start hurting the person, anyone will get angry, right? Okay, Neeru's telling me to go. Yeah, I know. I'll go on talking. I've heard that my life is going bad in 2002. Maybe real as per astrology. I don't know from where you heard it. At the end of the day, if you believe it, it's going to be bad for sure. At the end of the day, if you do good, why should your life be bad? See it from that point of view. Yes, I know my background is reversed. I know. See, the problem is that Facebook, YouTube is taking it straight. Google Meet and Zoom is taking it strict. I just came to know that. And Instagram, because it's a front view mirror, it's a front camera, it's flipping. So I had most of my media. I need to figure that out. How I will. I don't think I can do it, but I think I know the idea to do it. So I'm just trying to work that out. Right. That's why it is reversed. So yeah, I hope I've answered most of your questions. Just coming back live after a long time. Thanks a lot for spending your precious time. That's it, guys. I think I had to leave now. I had to continue the movie which I was watching with my wife. So let me do that. I just came in a shot because today morning my live show is there. Today also my live show is there. So feel free to have a watch. If you still want to communicate with me, message me on WhatsApp. Or you, if you're a part of my WhatsApp group, you'll know what I'm doing every day, right? So be a part of that also if you want to, and start sharing the message in the best possible way. Who inspired you to share positivity? The people who are asking me these questions. Nisha, want my Zoom ID whenever you start live. I really don't know how to do this Zoom stuff, but then I'm just trying to work it out. I really don't, because Zoom can only incorporate 100 people. Yeah, I think, why don't I do everything on Zoom? That's quite interesting. Where you can see me live, you can talk to me live, I can see you, you can see me also. Okay, I didn't think of this. Let me start thinking about this, how this is going to work, right? So, yeah, so I think I will do that also. One day I will keep for a Zoom call or a Google Meet call where you all can join in. I think maximum Zoom takes 100 just for a 45 minutes just to chit chat with things. Yeah, I think I will do that also. Thanks a lot for that idea. So one day will be a Zoom call or a Google Meet call. Yeah, even Google. So there's support with Zoom versus Google. I prefer Google at the end of the day. Waiting for Zoom. Everyone wants Zoom. Okay, so I'll try to work out something on Zoom where 100 people can join, and I will see how to work it out. Google Meet or Zoom. I really don't know. I have to figure out which is best for me and my network. So yeah, go with Zoom plus YouTube. Yeah, I think I need to work on that. Let me see it. It's and then we will work out something, right? So it benefits, or maybe a webinar or something like that. I'm still thinking and working it out from that point of view, right? So it's a pleasure. Thank you, everyone, for spending your precious time and being a part of this mission which I have in spreading positivity to the rest of the world in the best possible way. As I said, whatever you have learned from me, make sure to share it to the world. Then you will not come on Instagram. I will come on Instagram. Instagram is where my life is, not my life is, where my main audiences are. I really connect with people on Instagram. That's where I know most of you people, right? Instagram is always going to be there. Yes, Nisha, you have my number. Just message me. Right. So thank you, everyone. It was a pleasure. And I'll come back with a great plan. See, now Zoom got added into the system, right? So Zoom or Google Meet, I'll just try to figure it out. So I'll work it out, and then we will see how it goes. See, what I want here is that more than you coming every day and seeing me, learn from me, and spread it to the world. That's most important for me, right? It's not that you hook around with me or be a part of my system, no issues, be a part of my mission, but spread it. That's the objective. I'm here not doing it because I want. And whatever you've learned from me, spread it in your name or my name. Doesn't matter. The messenger is not important. The message to people has to go. That's my objective. And if you all support me, that can be done easily, right? So there's around 36 people watching. All you need to do is, if you really like it, share it to people or create your own content of what you have learned from me. 00971 That's my number. Many people 00971 That's it, guys. Thank you. Let me continue that movie, and then I'll come back more stronger, right? So yeah, thank you. What do I do? Share it on IGTV. That's again changing there. Next, whatever. Interview by TNC. Boom. That's it. So, guys, YouTube and Facebook, thanks a lot for signing out. I really don't know how this YouTube and Facebook is working. Some people are saying it's not clear on YouTube. Some people are saying it's not clear on on this one. I'm still trying to work it out. So kindly adjust and try to understand that I'm just still testing this whole thing on YouTube and Facebook. So once I'm figured it all out, I will come back really strong. I really love it's a very good clarity which I see over here, and it works really great. It's just that how I'm going to work it all together so that Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, and the people who are involved in this benefits from that one. Thank you, everyone. It was a pleasure. I just my first time I tried out my DSLR camera. I came to know that after 30 minutes, that's my last show. After 30 minutes, it got striked out. So after 30 minutes, every DSLR camera shuts down on its own. But my video camera is completely connected and can go for however long which I want and is connected to power. So battery doesn't die. So that's the test. It worked out very well for me. So for sure now I know how to come clearly. But now I need to just figure out the clarity part. I'm still working on to it. I hope my voice is good, that I'm clear about it. So thank you, everyone. It was a pleasure. I'm going to sign out from here. So I need to change my background. Oh, there's a lot of comments here. Okay, YouTube clear is spending time with your video. Really useful. So there's a lot of comments and smiles and likes. That really is good. Yeah, so I think I'm just looking at my comments. There's a lot of people commenting too, which I will comment from point of view, right? So I'm just trying to work this all out together. I really don't know how to reply to you guys yet. Facebook and Instagram, YouTube, I'm going to figure it out, right? I'm just figuring out this whole thing with time. So on a longer run, I will understand completely how to work. Hey, white background looks much more better, right? A little more pinker and more glamorous. So that's really great. I never knew that. So let me work out all this stuff, and for sure I'll come back. Now I'm going to sign off Facebook and YouTube shortly and see how that goes. I need to test it. So I'm going to end the broadcast. Thank you, everyone, spending your precious time with me. I can see 2 people are still viewing on Facebook and YouTube, and 27 people have. Thanks a lot for all your likes too. So I'm just signing out, and oh, this is really cool. Huh? Say something for volunteers. What's that all about? Okay, anyways, whatever. I'm going to end the broadcast. Thank you, everyone.